Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Class 6, welcome to your first period of moral science in this session. I'm Shaista Ayaz and I will be taking your science and moral science class. You must have got your online timetable from the school, and I know you all were expecting for an offline class, but sometimes situations are not under our control. No matter what the situation is, we must be confident and determined in our life. This time has posed challenges on all of us, and inshallah, as we had faced it boldly in the last academic year, this year also we will show our effort at its best. As a teacher, as a school, we are doing sincere efforts to impart you knowledge, and as a student, you have to work hard and follow a routine life. Your cooperation and dedication is necessary for an effective learning. Okay, so your first chapter in moral science is Did It Simply Happen? You know, Allah is our creator. We all belong to Allah, and all the creation of this world testifies to the power and presence of Allah. Allah is everywhere, He is our creator. Let us start the chapter by the reading first. We will do the reading first. Did it simply happen? Allah is the creator. One day, I happened to meet a man who was in doubt about the existence of God and wanted to discuss the question with me. I put my hand into my pocket and drew out a piece of paper and asked him, were I to tell you that the words on the sheet of paper are written by no one, but they have simply appeared on it on their own by merely a chance, would you believe it? The man looked at me intently and said, that's impossible. I further asked, what would you think of me were I to say that my watch and my pen have not been made by anyone, but they have appeared from nowhere merely by chance? He replied that he would consider it all pure imagination. Now, see, this chapter is a dialogue between the narrator, Mr. Manzoor Nomani, the author of this book also, of your moral science book, and a person. The narrator, Mr. Manzoor Nomani, is telling about an incident of his experience that when he happened to meet a man who was in doubt that whether God exists or not. And he came for a clarification and the opinion to the writer. Then what did Mr. Manzoor Nomani replied? Mr. Manzoor Nomani said to him that if he put his hands into his pocket and take out a piece of paper on which something is written and say that all that is written on this paper is not written by anyone, but it happened on its own. It is written on its own. Nobody has wrote it. Then would that man believe it? Then what did the man reply? The man replied, that is impossible. If anybody has not written on the paper, nothing can appear on the paper. The paper must be blank. Then further the narrator, the writer, asked that man that if writer says to him that his pen and watch all are made on its own. They were on this earth from the very beginning. Nobody has created it. That will that man believe on it? Then also the man denied. He said, no, he cannot believe that all this watch and on the paper and the pen all has created out of its own, and nobody has created it. Then now what did the writer say? Let us again go to the reading. I then said, you are not prepared to believe that the words could be written by themselves, or a watch, a fountain pen could be made by itself. Then could you suppose the sun and the moon to be moving according to a set plan by themselves? Just as you cannot think anything else than what is written on this piece of paper has taken someone to write it, or the watch and the pen are the works of a maker, and the car has been manufactured in a factory, then and if it is running on the road, it is driven by somebody. It is also a plain and beyond doubt. It is also plain and beyond doubt that this universe, with all its sights and wonders, treasures, and people, has not come into being by itself, but is created by an all wise, all knowing, all powerful being. Now, the writer, the narrator, Mr. Manzoor Normani, told that person who was in doubt about the existence of God that when you cannot believe that a simple pen or a car or a watch can be made by itself, somebody has to make it. And if a car is running on a road, then the car cannot be run on its own. There must be a driver who is controlling it. Then how can you believe that these celestial bodies, these large bodies, the nature, whole the nature, the mountains, the rivers, the trees, all that have been made by itself? They have been created by itself. Nobody it's creator. They have so many of mysteries hidden in themselves. Then how can you think that they are made of its own? When a simple watch or a simple pen cannot be made of its own, how can these mysterious things can be made on its own? How can sun and moon move according to a set plan without governing by a supernatural power? So if a person cannot believe that a simple small car can run on its own, how can that person believe that this all whole universe is made by its own and it's running on its own? Nobody has created it. It is not governed by anybody. And now the writer says that all is of this universe and all the people and treasures in it are made by an all wise, all knowing, and all powerful being. And who is that? He is Allah the One. Understood? So, from this, what did we learn? That all that exists on this earth is made by our Creator Allah. Now, let us again start the reading of the chapter Living Witness to Allah's Existence. Let us look at the situation from a different angle. If steel guiders, if steel guiders, bags of cement, iron rods, sands, and mortar were emptied at the construction site, would you expect a building to take shape and rise of its own without a plan or without engineers and bricklayers? You would say that it is not possible. Could the sun and the moon and the sky and its miraculous law have all appeared by chance? Just consider who has taught the birds to break out of the eggs, who guides the migratory birds to cross vast oceans and continents for their survival, who guides them to move on the right path, who helps the lizard grow a tail for itself after losing it, who helps the butterfly go through the change called metamorphosis, who guide the whales across wide oceans and return to the same place years after years, who inspired the bees to construct the geometrical wonders of a honeycomb and make honey of marvelous hues, who sent down the water from the sky. Do all these things come about by chance? No, never. It is all Allah's doing. Now, the writer again gives that person some more examples. He says that if you have all the raw materials for constructing a building, you have steel rods, you have iron rods, you have sand, you have cements, and all of them are emptied at a construction site. Can a building be constructed on its own without a mason, without a laborer, without an engineer? Is it possible? What was your reply? Can you make it? No. A building cannot be constructed on its own. Though all the raw materials are there, but there must be somebody to make it. Similarly, if we look around the sun and the moons and the sky, the the sun rises in the morning and sets at a particular time in the evening. Then the moon appears. The sky that is like a canopy around our head. Have these arise all of its own? No. You know that how a bird lay an egg, then after some time the bird sits on the egg and warm it, then small babies hatch out of the eggs. The bird is itself break out the eggs by its beak, and small babies come out of that egg. Who has taught these birds to come out of the eggs? Then the migratory birds. When there is too cold, the Siberian birds move to an warmer places. Who guide these birds to the right place? Have you ever thought of it? Has the bird guided by its own? No. Nobody can be guided by its own. How does a lizard grow its tail when it is cut off? You know what is metamorphosis, na? Metamorphosis is the changing the life cycle of the butterfly you have read in class 3 and 4. First there is a egg, then a caterpillar comes, then a larva comes, then a caterpillar, then pupa, and then again a adult butterfly. All these happens not by its own, but they all are governed by Almighty Allah. How does a whale cross the White Sea and return to the same place years after years? Who inspired the bees to construct geometrical wonders? You must have seen a beehive. You can see how beautiful it is designed. It is near about a hexagonal shape. How neat and clean those hexagons are. And not only the beehives, you must have seen different types of nests in pictures. If not in reality, in pictures you must have seen different types of nets. How does birds build nests? You have seen some built from twigs, some grass, and how neatly they weave their nets. The tailor birds, how neatly they stitches two leaf. And then other birds also, some make their nest in the hole of a tree, some in the house. How neatly they build their nest. Then who has taught them to do? Who has given them the knowledge to do? It is all merciful, almighty Allah. A study of creations of Allah compels one to believe in His might and majesty. The signs of Allah are manifest everywhere in nature. Further, our own sense of consciousness stands as a living witness to Allah's existence. Each one of us possesses an awareness of right and wrong. This awareness accuses us when we do something wrong. Where did this awareness come from? This is given to us by Allah. Not only about the birds and the animals, but we human beings also. We also know how to live, how to make a home, and how sometimes how what is good for us and what is bad for us. We have a sixth sense that tell us what is good for us, what is bad for us. That is not all magic. At, Actually, we all are governed by Allah. Allah is our governing body, and He only tells us what is right and what is wrong. All that awareness has come from us by Allah. This is all for today's lecture. Okay, go through the chapter properly at home.